Hey everybody, I'm gonna make my chicken tonight. It's kind of like a, I don't know, baked or steamed chicken. First thing you do is preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And I got 3 big chicken breasts, and I've rinsed them, trimmed some of the fat off of them. They are boneless, skinless. I've added pepper, garlic salt, and unsalted butter. And I've got it into on a big piece of foil that I've sprayed with cooking spray. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make a pocket, and I got another sheet that's just a little bit bigger than this one, and I've also sprayed it with cooking spray. So we're going to make a pocket, and I'll be right back after I do that. Okay, so you can see I've made a pocket. I've only folded it around the edges once. Now we're going to fold that another 2 times to make sure it's a real tight seal. If you can do it more than that, that's fine. As many times as you can, because with the butter in there, it's going to soak into the chicken. You want to make sure that you use cold butter. That way, it doesn't run all over the place. It's got time to soak in. So this is the second time I've made this, and the first time was really, really good. I found it on the internet. So, all right, I'll be right back after I fold it again. Okay, so I got it all folded up as tight as I can. I put mine on just a cutting board. That way it's easy, to spin. That way you don't have to, reach over in that. But that way you can, spin it, move around as it is. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put it into just a shallow baking pan, just in case it does leak. So be right back. Okay, I got it in a shallow baking pan now, and my oven's preheated, and we're going to cook this for 35 to 45 minutes. These are pretty big chicken breasts, so we're probably going to go 45 minutes with them. And we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we're back. So we're going to do the dumplings now. You're going to need a pot or a skillet. I use like this medium skillet with a lid. You really need a lid to make nice fluffy dumplings. You can flip them, but it's easier just to do with a lid. This mixing bowl, this is overkill, but it's the only one that I have that's blue or a different color. Everything else is white, so you won't be able to see what's going on. I got chicken broth, pepper, Bisquick, Captain Morgan. Oh, wait, that's not supposed to be in there. That's for a different recipe. My secret recipe. And, pepper. So, that's the ingredients. Like I said, the chicken's done. Or at least it will be. So we just have it sitting there soaking in its juices in the hot oven still. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, now what I've done is I've added my chicken stock to the pan. I didn't add all of it. There's probably still, maybe a quarter of the box left in there. And I use that to mix my dumpling mix with. On the box it says to use water to make your dumplings. I use chicken broth. It gives it a more, chicken flavor, and it actually, I think it makes a fluffier dumpling. So I don't measure anything, so I'll be right back after I get this mixed up. Okay, now we're back. I got the Bisquick in there. I've also got the chicken broth that I first put in there is on a medium-high heat. Going to bring that up to a simmer. Now what I like to do with the Bisquick is I just like to take a fork and just kind of break up some of the clumps. Nothing like biting into a dumpling that's got a dry spot in it. So kind of add some air to it also, that way it makes it a little fluffier. And I do apologize, this is my first cooking video, so may not be that great. Okay, now we're going to add some chicken stock. And you don't want to over, add it, or else you're going to be fighting back and forth. you know, more Bisquick, more dumplings, and next thing you know, you got so many dumplings. Okay, all right, I'm gonna mix this up. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my dumpling mix mixed up. It's kind of like a really thick. It's not like a bread dough. Kind of. You get the idea. It's kind of stiff. So, I add the pepper at the end. You can add it and mix it in now, but I'm not a fan of spicing things really while I cook them, because like this you can't taste it. So if you put too much or not enough, you're still going to have to add it anyway. So it's probably best just to wait till the end and season it to taste. So as you can see, we've got steam coming off of our chicken broth. And it's just about ready. You want to bring it up to a simmer. And we're going to add 1 tablespoon at a time. And you don't want to crowd them a lot. And you don't want to add a bunch, or else it's going to take a lot longer to cook. And it's a lot harder if they're undercooked to put them back on and bring everything back up to temperature. So we'll be right back. Okay, so I got my dumplings in there. I still got a little bit left, but that's easy enough. Once they start setting up, you can kind of push them around the edge. You don't want to smash them together or put them on top of each other. Oops, sorry about that. We're just going to make that little pocket there, and we're going to put more dumplings in. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got the dumplings in there. As you can see, we did a pretty good job. I probably couldn't have done it any better if I measured it. And each pan's different. If you got a bigger pan, definitely more dumplings. Smaller pan, you're not going to get as much, or you're going to have to cook them longer. So now we're going to lower the heat, which I already did, to medium-low. And we're going to set our kitchen timer for 12 minutes. The box says 10, but I kind of overdid it on the dumplings. I think I got a few too many in there. So we're going to cook it for 12 minutes uncovered. And you don't want to touch it. Just let it sit there and cook. You do need to keep an eye on it, especially like I'm cooking on an electric stove. You know your stoves. Sometimes they can be too hot, and these will boil over if you don't keep an eye on them, if your heat's a little too high. So, but I've done this many times, so I think we're pretty good, but do keep an eye on it. Okay, everybody, you're back. It's been 12 minutes. So with the lid off, you can see how they're starting to dry out on top. It's exactly what we're looking for. Now, we're going to cover, and we're going to go another 12 minutes. Now these are going to swell up now, so they may, if they swell up too much, they may stick to the lid, but I think we're pretty good. So we'll be back in about 12 minutes. Okay, everybody. 12 minutes is up with the lid on. I believe they're done. I'm just going to kind of, oh yeah. It's kind of hard to tell on film here, but they really light and fluffy. So, okay, now the chicken's been resting. I'm going to open it up here. It did leak a little bit, but that's alright. Okay. So, I mean, we're gonna cut one open. I'm gonna have one tonight, and then I'm gonna save another one for another night. But one of them I'm gonna use for chicken soft tacos. But if you look, I mean, you can cut this chicken with a fork. It's, I mean, perfectly done. Like I said, this was 45 minutes, and then probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes just resting in the oven. But I mean, it's yeah, perfectly done. And it's hard to overcook when you poach it or steam it, whatever you want to call it, and put it in the pocket. So, all right, well, I'm going to plate it up, and we'll give it a taste. I'll be right back. Okay, well, there it is. I didn't have a clean plate. I'm doing dishes right now, but anyways, there it is. The dumplings, the chicken, which I tasted the chicken, was really good. And plus, it also the chicken broth with the Bisquick, what cooks off of the dumplings makes a really nice chicken gravy. With the chicken stock and the Bisquick. So I put gravy over top of my chicken. I just kind of pulled it apart with a fork. Just fell apart. But I got the dumplings, and I tasted the chicken. I added a little bit too much pepper. So I just added just a little bit with the dumplings. And then once it's all mixed together, it should even out. So that's my take on my chicken and dumplings. And give it a shot. Thanks for watching.